Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to Disney News, a monthly series that we do when we go live and explain all about any news in the Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars community. So, this is kind of like a fall type of Thanksgiving edition Disney News. But yeah, so we're going to get right into it. So, this is the first one. So Spider-Man set photos have been fully released. And so one of the photos that we have seen in the that they've released has Fury in it. Um, so will this mean what I think it means? Are they recreating an Ultimate Spider-Man, but a movie? Just kidding, we don't really know. So don't take that as an advice and go tell your friends or something. But these pictures now these pictures now let us know more on the movie. And as well as they are slowly putting a wrap on the movie. So basically they are almost done with filming Spider-Man Far From Home. And so our first question is, what do you think this movie is going to be about? Okay, so before we get into it, I just want to let everyone know who is watching that comment down any questions in the live chat because we'll answer them at the end. So for the first question, what I think the movie's going to be about, I kind of have no clue because it's a bit hard to predict what Spider-Man's going to be about since we haven't really gotten Spider-Man, and it might be a prequel because Spider-Man's actually dead. And so we don't even know if he's alive, which he probably is. They've shown set photos, so I think he is alive. Yeah, and so the set photos that you kind of see, like, that's the black Spider-Man suit. Like, now it kind of changed from going to blue to black. So I think he gets some sort of Stark upgrade, which this might be that Tony Stark still might be alive, which I don't really know. And look at that though. Look at the before photo on the left. Yeah, this is Spider-Man Homecoming on the left.
It has it's so much more baggier than the one on the right.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of expanding his suits, kind of like he's gonna be like Iron Man. Cause in the next one that we have, you see him in a black suit, right there, like full on black. So I think he's gonna be kind of like how the Amazing Spider-Man, the PS4 one I meant, the PS4 Spider-Man. I think he's gonna have like that many suits. And for the movie, I think that it's gonna be somewhere in Europe because they are filming in Europe. I think it's gonna be they're going on some trip. But what I do want in Spider-Man is Harry Osborn and his dad and the Green Goblin. Like, I feel like that is something that needs to be in Spider-Man.
Yeah, because Spider-Man, all the Spider-Man movies has had at least a Harry or whatever that guy is, like Green Goblin. Sorry, I forgot. But for my answering the question, I think this movie is going to be about. I don't actually know really. I don't know why I put down that question, but Spider-Man. I feel like my theory was they were going to be going on a trip, like a field trip, like a school trip. And I'm guessing it's like a spelling bee thing that they did. Like
a spelling bee?
I don't know what it's called.
Democrat. I forgot what it's called. It's something with a D.
The thing is that they were doing in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, the club that Peter Parker was in.
And then they visited like Washington, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking that they're going to be doing that, but in Europe, which is a way far away place compared to where they live. But that's what I believe it's going to be about. And again, something's probably going to happen, as you can probably see in that photo.
Yeah, okay, so on to the next question.
Sorry. Do you think this movie is going to be better than Spider-Man Homecoming?
In my opinion, I don't know. This can go either way because I really like this Spider-Man and Tony Stark type of thing that has been going on with both of them. So if he kind of leaves, if Tony Stark dies and then Spider-Man is on his own, that's kind of like, I kind of wouldn't like that much in my opinion.
Well, obviously, because Tony Stark is like your favorite, so.
Yeah, so that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know how this would go. It would go either way for me. What do you think?
Well, honestly, I feel like Spider-Man Homecoming was a really good movie compared to all the Spider-Man movies because they had so many. But I really think that this movie is gonna be maybe like I feel like Spider-Man Homecoming you can't really beat that because it was so amazing with like the tension between like how he just like they showed stuff from Civil War and how he's like we know his origin story, so we don't need to have a whole another movie about that.
Yeah, so this movie could be really differently, but like as you see in this picture, you have Fury and Spider-Man in the boat. So that means Fury obviously survives the snap too.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
That means Fury might be coming back, and maybe I feel like in Spider-Man they might introduce Shield back again.
Oh, Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot like the Ultimate Spider-Man show on Disney XD because, like with Fury in it, that's kind of how it was in the Ultimate Spider-Man show.
They had like a whole team there.
But I really think that Spider-Man's gonna help kind of Fury with Shield because everybody wants Shield to come back. Like everyone loved Shield. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the next topic, which is this.
Aladdin's trailer review. So the new Aladdin live action movie trailer has officially came out. So here's a trailer, I guess.
Yeah, so we're gonna play the trailer for you guys in case you guys have not watched it.
I have not.
Okay, so sorry for the delay in the trailer. We had some technical difficulties with that. But yeah, so this is the Aladdin trailer view. So
as we said, the new live action movie has came out, and the Aladdin live action movie is going to basically be the same plot as the animation version of it, but Disney will change a few things about the story. And this movie will be out in May 2019. And here is the list of the cast. So,
do you want me to say the names?
I know, I'm fine.
Okay.
So the person who's playing Genie will be Will Smith. And the person who's playing Jasmine will be is Naomi Scott, right?
Yeah, Scott.
Okay, Aladdin, you can say this one.
Sorry if I butchered the name. I can't remember it. Masood or something like that.
Yeah, that's who's playing Aladdin. And then for Jafar,
it's Marin Kanzari.
And so there will be more actors, but we won't list them because they'll go on and on and on and on and on. But these are the main characters in the film. So the first question, sorry to spit, is what do you think about Disney making Aladdin a live action movie? Sorry, I can't speak.
I don't like it. As you guys know, I am really mad with how Disney is just making live action movies. To me, that's really annoying. Like, I do not like that. Because all they care about is trying to recreate the movies that were such a success. And I really like, personally, Aladdin, the movie. I really like it. But Disney is just recreating everything. They're trying to recreate their animations into live action, and it's like no one really wants that. Everyone wants a good movie, a good animation movie, not just a remake of a movie we've already seen like a million times. Like Moana, that was Disney's last animation. They've just been creating now sequels and live action movies, and it's getting really annoying because no one wants the live action movies. Like the Nutcracker, it's doing 33% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's not even that good. And same with Christopher Robin, that didn't even do that good. They need to up their game.
Okay, Christopher Robin was amazing though. I really enjoyed it.
It wasn't that great.
But I actually really agree with Roop because Aladdin, like all the new movies that Disney is making, they're just because they don't know what else to do. They don't have anything else to do.
Well, we don't know that for sure. Like they could be creating a massive animation that we don't know.
But all we know right now is because they're not telling us anything, so people are just hating on them honestly. And what I came up with and told Roop one day was that kids soon will not even know what like how Disney did animation because like the new movies, they won't get to see them in the theaters and have like that amazing spark unless Disney is secretly doing a amazing animation movie that we don't know about. But
yeah, because like they're creating Frozen 2 next year, and I think that's great. I think like Frozen did such a good job. But instead of focusing on making sequels, focus on actually making good movies. And I know it takes a long time to animate, and that's why I'm like, maybe they're kind of creating an animation in secret, but if they were, wouldn't they tell us? Wouldn't they, like, let us know what they're creating?
Yeah, because then people are going to start hating on them.
They're kind of just letting Pixar create just animations, because Pixar creates amazing animations.
And Pixar has kind of been, like, before, like, Coco, it was kind of, like, not really doing anything.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's maybe what they're doing. Now they're switching roles, so Disney's taking a break, and Pixar is coming back up.
But yeah, so on to the next question.
So do you think it will be a success of a movie?
No, I do not think it'll be a success. I think they're just trying to hype it up because all their live action movies have been so bad. Like the Nutcracker, no one really cares about that movie.
I mean,
in my opinion, like if you guys like it, that's totally fine. Like that's great. It's just I just think that they're just not doing that well in being a good studio. They're just trying to buy other studios. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, and those studios are going amazing.
Yeah. But I do not think it will be a success. What about you?
Well, from my opinion, I feel like that, honestly, no, I don't think Aladdin's going to be a success because all of the live action movies haven't been amazing, and, like, it's just something about them that they are not like that gives you that spark that Disney's, like, animation movies did, that you want to, like, watch all those more movies and more and more and more. It's just kind of like, another remake, basically.
Yeah.
It's like a sequel to the same thing.
Yeah, because they're gonna have the same plot, just adding a few things different, just like Beauty and the Beast. Like, we got a little bit more story about Belle's mom and how she died and her father, but we didn't. It was just the same exact thing, except just a little bit more. And it's probably just gonna be the same songs too.
Oh yeah.
It's nothing gonna be different. It's just gonna be the same thing. You're just wasting your money going to see a movie that isn't that great.
Yeah, I was so mad when I think it was in Cinderella. Cinderella was like had no music in it.
Yeah.
And like Cinderella was like, their music was amazing. I mean, like it like brought you into that like Disney feeling. And like I feel like what they're doing, I just realized that when Roop was talking, that the Maleficent movie was like, I think their first real.
No, it was Alice in the Wonderland.
Oh, well, Maleficent was a really good one that, like, kind of went a little more higher.
Yeah, like a lot of people liked it.
And then they realized that, oh, well, a lot of people like this. Why don't we just do a million other live-action movies?
Yeah, because I would say Maleficent was pretty good because it wasn't like Sleeping Beauty in a way. But Cinderella, in the beginning, I didn't really like it. I was getting mad. But then now I kind of watch it and was like, this is actually pretty good. Belle, Beauty and the Beast, I don't really like that at all. Like, that film just didn't give you, like, the Disney spirit, kind of, in a way. It was kind of the same thing. It was boring. And I just hope with Aladdin that they change it up, attract people a lot more. So yeah, go into the next question now.
The third question is to rate the trailer out of 1 to 10 stars. So Roop.
I about a 7 because it kind of does give you like, ooh, this is actually gonna be looks really good. We have Aladdin. They're making the trailer look good, like they're making it better, but I don't think it's gonna be a good movie. What about you?
I mean, I feel like if I was like comparing, okay, so my full answer is maybe like I was gonna say 7, but of course Reap has to say a 7.
You can say a 7.
But I'm gonna say something different. I'm gonna say maybe like a 6 or a 5, honestly.
Yeah.
Because, well, like if you think about it, I feel like the only thing that's really different about the other Aladdin movie, that's a live action, the original, it was kind of like that same trailer. I was watching it just recently, and like it's almost the same thing. And it's just better quality, honestly. But they do get you excited for Aladdin, and I think that's good. It just doesn't give me that Disney spark.
It just doesn't really make you want to go see this movie. It's kind of like, oh, Disney's making another one of these. Okay, that's great. That's what it's giving you a feel. So
yeah, it doesn't like give you that like Avengers Infinity War like trailer. Like, oh my god, that was amazing.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the Venom movie review. Okay, guys, so we saw Venom. We didn't really have that big hopes when we saw this movie, but the end result was actually not that bad. So even though it's been about a month since Venom has came out, we wanted to do a review on it since we kind of don't do our movie reviews anymore that much. So this is kind of the movie review. So Venom is about a journalist, Eddie Brock, who is trying to take down Carlton Drake, the notorious and brilliant founder of the Life Foundation. While investigating one of Drake's experiments, Eddie's body merges with the alien Venom, leaving him with superhuman strength and power. Twisted, dark, and fueled by rage, Venom tries to control the new and dangerous abilities that Eddie finds so intoxicating. So this is by the Google's film synopsis, because when I was trying to write the summary, I was like, what am I going to write for this?
I did.
No, I wrote this.
Well, yeah, you just erased my whole thing.
Okay, so
mine was amazing, by the way.
Let's go on to the first question. What was your thoughts about Venom? What were you thinking in the movie theater? And yeah.
I was thinking, wow, this Pizza Hut is good. We should go here every day.
Yeah, at a movie theater, they have Pizza Hut now, and we're, like, in love with it.
Yeah, so. I cannot wait till we go to the movies today. But, what was the question?
What did you think about Venom, like, your thoughts about it?
Oh, well, it was kind of boring. At first.
How is Venom boring?
Shut up! At first, it was very boring because Eddie, or whatever his name is,
Eddie
Drake, or whatever.
Eddie Brock.
Brock was like a broccoli and just standing still, doing nothing. He was just living his life. And we don't care about that. We see our parents doing that. We see we doing it. We doing that. Sorry. But we need something else. And then when he became Venom, it was like amazing. And then there was a girl Venom in like 1 second in the movie. That's all I really remember of the movie.
You slept through it. You were
No,
falling asleep.
I didn't. I was like, I'm gonna fall asleep. Oh, it's good. I'm gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, she wasn't really into it.
Like originally, I was like fine. I was like, this is really boring. And then it just got me into that sleeping mood right when Venom became like Venom, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, well, yeah. Okay. That's what I thought when I was watching the movie.
So, my thoughts on Venom, I was going into the movie theater with very low expectations. A lot of people on Instagram were saying that it wasn't that good, it wasn't that great, and I was like, okay, I never really wanted to see this movie because Spider-Man isn't in it. I wanted Spider-Man to be in it.
Because he's dead, so...
Well, this is also made by Sony Production, not your name. But... what I thought the movie is, after the movie, I actually really thought it was really good. Even though they didn't include Spider-Man, I never really knew Venom's origin story that well, and this movie kind of helped with that. In the beginning, it was very slow, and it kind of was just like the main character, Eddie, and his fiance, and they're kind of just like doing that, and Eddie's a media person. And it was really boring until Venom came into it and it got really good. And they did have a post-credit scene. They had one where it showed the next type of like villain that's going to be for Eddie, since I guess Venom's now a superhero in this.
Oh yeah, but then he becomes evil because he sees Spider-Man and he's like, I won that Danish. So,
if you haven't seen the Lego Marvel thing, you wouldn't really get that, but... yeah, so, as I was saying, they only got really good when Venom came in, and, like, the rest was really good. We did get Girl Venom in it. It was kind of, like, on the edge of your seat, and then I was like, oh, wow, this movie's actually really short. Even though in the beginning I was like, okay, this is boring. So, let's go into the next question. She doesn't look like Pepper Potts.
Yes, she does.
She doesn't.
No, go back to it. Oh. He looks like Loki.
He doesn't look like Loki. What are you talking about? Okay, so rate Venom movie from 1 through 10. How do you rate this?
2. Okay.
A 2? What the heck?
I'm joking. Well, as your thing says, it says Venom 2. So that's not very good. But, Venom was okay. And, I think it would be like a 7, 8, 9, 10, 6. Those are all the options that Roop's gonna choose, so I just named them. Also 10, just in case Roop's gonna choose those. But, yeah.
So what are you rating? You didn't even give anybody your rating.
6 through 10.
6 through 10? You gotta pick something.
6, 7, 8.
Pick one number.
Joke.
I rate it. I rate it from about a 8 because Venom was good. It was way better than I expected. I'm not gonna listen to anyone on Instagram again because they were all saying how bad it was and how like wish you never saw it. But there was this one person who was like, oh, it's slow in the beginning, but then it gets really good at the end. And I think that it was such a good movie overall. Okay, so the next question is, do you think Venom will get a Venom 2? And I'll just answer this first, and then Sohni will answer it. I think that Venom will get a Venom 2 because of the post-credit scene. I totally forgot what the guy's name is. You can let me know in the chat. Like the guy that Eddie went to go and see in the jail. I don't remember who his name was. But I think that's kind of lining up for a Sony production to create their own Marvel universe. And I really think that Venom is going to get a Venom 2. It is most likely because the ending kind of left you off with a cliffhanger, like, oh, what's going to happen? So do you think Venom will get a Venom 2?
Venom 2, yeah. That's why I wrote down the question. Is because Venom seemed like it needed a Venom 2. Because we want to know now, when does Spider-Man come into his journey?
He's not going to come in.
Yes, he will. Marvel's going to be like, they're going to see, oh, Disney Magic, what do they have something to say about our movie? And then they're going to press on the link, and then be like, oh, they want Spider-Man. Okay. And then they're going to add Spider-Man in it.
I don't think that's how it's going to work.
Well, if it doesn't happen, I'm going to hate Venom 2, and I'm never going to do this review. I'm going to throw everything, and I'm going to be like, Spider-Man needs to come back to life. And then when Spider-Man Far From Home comes, and I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to be smiling. What was the question?
Do you think they'll get a Venom 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so on to the next question. There are a lot of questions for Venom. This is the last one. So, do you think it's a good idea for Sony Production to create their own Marvel universe without Spider-Man?
Do you think Sony will make another Marvel? What?
No, what do you think? Because they are creating their own Marvel universe. If any of you guys don't know, they're creating their own Marvel universe on the Spider-Man's universe, except without Spider-Man.
Ultimate Spider-Man. It's like that weird TV show thing that's all rated TVMA, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna have Nova and like these people and these people and these people.
She's talking.
And then
let people see what you're talking about. She's talking about the Iron Fist and Luke Cage show, which actually got canceled.
Rant about this.
Anyways, answer the question. Do you think it's a good idea for Sony to create their own Marvel universe without Spider-Man?
Well, of course I do. I'm Sony.
Okay, I guess I'll just answer it.
I'll answer it. So, yes, I do believe that they, yes.
Okay, just yes. So I think that they should not create another universe. I really do not like that.
No.
Do you understand the question at all? I'm saying, so Sony Production is creating a Marvel universe, but without Spider-Man.
Oh.
Do you think that's a good idea?
They did not. No.
Yeah, I don't think so either, because they're creating basically Spideyverse without Spidey. Like, how does that work out?
Spideyverse.
But they're creating one big one with like Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, even though that movie
happened in Ultimate Spider-Man.
Except we're not gonna have Spider-Man in it, and that's so dumb.
That's what happened in Ultimate Spider-Man.
I think Marvel needs to buy that Spidey universe all the way from
and then Tom Holland will have his work ahead.
You'll have all these movies lined up for him, because I think Marvel Studios should just own all of Marvel. They are so close. They need to just buy the Netflix Marvel part from it, and they just need to buy the Sony production part of it. They just need to buy those Marvel things, and they'll be set to create any movie they want. But yeah, okay, so now we're going to move on to Luke Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 9. So this is really short, but I have a lot of opinions on this, so.
Oh, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were going to do it because you're the Star Wars episode in the family. Star Wars episode.
Star Wars episode?
You're the episode. So Mark Hamill has confirmed to be in Star Wars Episode 8. Or 9.
9! Sorry.
Wait, did you write down Episode 8? I swear to God.
No. Okay, keep reading.
This means that Luke Skywalker will return in Episode 9. Dun, dun, dun. even though he died in episode 8. So it's like Spider-Man becoming in a new Spider-Man movie, even though he's dead. Like, that's how is that possible? Anyway, yeah, that's the theory. Roop can go on and rant.
Well, you gotta ask the question.
Oh, I have to.
I can tell you what that word means if you don't know.
Okay. I know what portrayed means.
Okay.
How do you think Luke will be portrayed in episode 9? What does portrayed mean?
It means how do you think he'll show up? How do you think he'll be put into episode 9? Okay, if you haven't already known or you're kind of like, how is Luke going to come back? This is my theory. I think Luke Skywalker is going to come back as
Ghost.
A Jedi Master ghost.
Just say ghost.
And I think that he's going to come and train Rey because he can come back as a ghost because Yoda has done that. And same with Obi-Wan and his father. So I think that he's going to come back as a ghost and train Rey because yes, Rey has had her training already done. She knows everything, but she doesn't know how to really control it that well. And I think Luke Skywalker is going to help her a little bit. I don't think he's going to have a big role in episode 9, but I think he's going to be in it because Star Wars, they're trying to make episode 9 kind of like for the fans. They're going to try to make everything that the fans want in episode 9. And a lot of fans were upset that Luke Skywalker was basically nobody in episode 8. So I think in episode 9, he's going to kind of become the hero and kind of become what everyone expects from him.
Episode 8, he was like amazing. He was like a god and he saved him.
Well, not everyone agrees with you because he kind of was like, I'm not going to help you. I don't care about the resistance or the rebellion, even though I fought for like this cause. That's why a lot of people do not like it. So what do you think? How do you think Luke will be portrayed in episode 9?
Oh, so I think honestly, my feelings are the exact same as Roop's. I feel like he will just be the same. I feel like he will be as a ghost form and everything, and
yeah. So Sony thinks the same exact way.
Yeah, I do think the same exact way, and I feel like it's honestly I can't really say anything because Rupert honestly just said all my thoughts, but yeah.
So she kind of thinks the same exact way if you don't really understand what she's saying.
Oh, so the next question is, do you think he will continue in Rey's training?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do. Like I just said, I think he will be continuing in Rey's training because yes, Rey has had all that Jedi knowledge and a lot of people already know where that came from. And so I really do think that he's going to still train her because she still has a lot to know about the Force. Yes, she knows how to wield it, she knows how to use it, but she needs to know somewhat of like the history and the making their lightsaber. Since she doesn't have a lightsaber anymore, she needs to make one still, and I think Luke might be able to help her. But I also think that Yoda, Obi-Wan are going to come back because Obi-Wan is confirmed to come back in episode 9 and Yoda. So I think all three of them are going to help Rey since she is kind of the only Jedi left and all the pressure is on her.
Yeah. So for me, I think that so Luke Skywalker is going to be as a ghost, and then he's going to be training Rey. Because I don't think, even though Luke said a million times in episode 8 that he wants the Jedis to like die and no more, but the last part he said that Rey will become a Jedi and stuff like that. I guess that he didn't really say that, but like you guys know what I mean.
But yeah, he said that I won't be the last Jedi, which is kind of implying that he's okay with Rey.
And so what I'm thinking is, he's gonna be training Rey, and honestly, everything that Reef said in the first answer
Which I do like that idea being like that since now he's okay with Rey being a Jedi, that now he is going to train her. I think because as ending when he's talking to Kylo, he's like, I will not be the last Jedi. I think that's when he's like, okay, that Rey is taking on this responsibility of being a Jedi.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. Okay, so the next and final question.
Who do you think will die in episode 9? I can go first.
Wait, hold on. I'm just going to explain this question. This is a general question, not about Luke Skywalker. This is just about anyone. Who do you think will die in episode 9?
I think it will be our first contestant. What does that mean?
What?
I don't know. Our first contestant.
What are you saying?
Like the contest people who like enter. Okay, well,
contestant.
Contestant. It sounds like a body part. A contestant. The first one will be. What's her name? Leia.
Oh my God! You said that really loud.
Leia's unknown last name.
Leia Organa.
Leia Organa.
You're about to say Skywalker. She's not a Skywalker.
She is a Skywalker.
She is a Skywalker, but she goes by Organa. We're not Darth Vader over here. Okay, so you think that it's Leia Organa?
Yeah, and is Lando already dead?
No, Lando's coming back in episode 9.
Lando's gonna die.
So you're thinking everybody who was in the originals are gonna die?
Yeah. And oops. I think Kylo's gonna die. And I think that what's his name? Is he like Hans?
Oh, Chewie?
No, not
Poe?
No.
Finn?
No. What's his name? General Hux. General Hux.
We call him like Hans because there was a meme that was comparing Hans from Frozen, and he's like, oh, they look the exact same. But yeah, so I kind of agree the same exact thing. I kind of think that Leia will definitely die in this film because they can't really carry her on if they're going to make any more films because of Carrie Fisher. The actor is already dead, unfortunately. But I think that Leia's going to have to die. I don't know about Lando. I feel like Lando still might survive. Why? I think somehow Lando's gonna survive. I just have a gut feeling that he's just gonna survive. I don't think Kylo's gonna die. Like, I changed my opinion. I think Rey's gonna die.
What the heck?
I think that they're gonna want us to think going into episode 9, Kylo Ren's gonna die. We all know it. And I think that Rey's going to die instead of Kylo. I think that's how it is. Or they both could live, which I don't think that's likely to happen, but I do think Rey might die. Because if you really think about it, she has nothing really to live for, and she's kind of the main hero, and it could switch. It could switch that Kylo now becomes the hero after she dies, and he carries on the Jedi, or the Jedi could just die.
That honestly could be true, because he's already fully trained. Rey doesn't know anything, honestly. Or they could both live, and Kylo could just train Rey fully.
Yeah, that's what he's been trying to do for the past 2 episodes.
That's why I said fully.
Yeah, so, but I think that Rey's going to die, which is also a bit weird, because it's like, why would the main hero die? But it's also kind of smart in a way, because everyone thinks that Kylo's gonna die. But Kylo could die. I'm not saying that he's not going to. He could die as well, too. Like, he's on my list. But I don't know about Hux. I think Hux might be the new villain. I think he might be the villain in episode 9. So I think he might die. Maybe he's the one who might kill Rey or Kylo. That's my opinion. That's
Maybe
like my
he'll kill Kylo because he hates Kylo. Or he could pretend to kill Kylo, but not know it's actually Rey. And kill Rey.
Heck? That's a bit of a weird.
And then, so they switch like places, like in the Flash. How like that Hans guy. that Harrison Wells guy and Iris switched places. So that's what it's gonna be like. And then they two switch places, and then Kylo takes Rey's place, and he's like behind Rey is behind Hux, and then he's gonna go. Hux is gonna kill Rey,
which is actually Kylo.
No.
Yeah, that's what you.
No.
He's gonna kill Kylo, who's actually Rey.
Yeah, and then who's Rey? Who is actually Kylo is gonna kill Hux.
Whoa. That I kind of understand what you're saying, and that could happen. Like the Force could like switch their souls into different bodies, but that's so confusing.
Well, like if you haven't seen a Flash, it's hard to explain.
Or Ant-Man.
Oh yeah,
because in Ant-Man and the Wasp, the mom switches, like their souls kind of switch with what's his name? Ant-Man's Scott. They like switch, and now like the person who's in Scott's body is actually the mother of Hope. It could be kind of like that. I think that's what you're trying to say. Or like Freaky Friday, where they switch.
They switch bodies, and like
yeah.
So the soul is in. So like Kylo is in Rey's body, but Rey.
Okay, I think. Wait, so Rey's in Kylo's body, and Kylo's in Rey's body.
Well, it's like this. So Rey's body is like face painted on Kylo.
What? That makes no sense.
Okay, next.
Okay, we are moving on from this topic because this is getting a bit weird. Okay. Guardians of Galaxy roller coaster in Epcot.
Oh, oops.
It's actually my turn. You're next. So, there's going to be a Guardians of Galaxy roller coaster in Epcot. A lot of people in Walt Disney World have been waiting for this. We aren't anywhere close to Walt Disney World, so that's good for you guys in Walt Disney World. But yeah, so according to a video behind the scenes, there is going to be a new Guardians of Galaxy themed roller coaster. It will be one of the world's longest indoor roller coasters in the park. It will be located in Epcot and is said to have a unique storyline. We don't really have a lot of information, so stay tuned for more videos that will probably explain about this new ride. So, what do you think of this ride happening? Like, what's your opinion on this?
Well, a roller coaster, Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm excited. I wish it was in Disneyland, but they already have a Guardians of the Galaxy Tower.
That's basically really good.
But I feel like it's actually very interesting, and I feel like, oh my god, I just realized Groot's in that photo. I feel like it's gonna be really cool because, like you gotta like have that same experience of like Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster or a Tower Terror kind of version in our Disneyland, and now they gotta have it in Walt Disney World, and sorry, and it will be in a roller coaster, which I'm guessing will be longer, and I feel like it's gonna be more interesting because you gotta have that storyline while you're going on the roller coaster, and I feel like it will kind of suit because like that Nova place, what is it called?
Nova Corp.
Yeah, Nova Corp.
Well, I mean that's like the group is called Nova Corp.
I feel like it's gonna start off there and then like start going through that whole like original movie Guardians of the Galaxy, not like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, just Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's my stuff.
Yeah, so I think that this is actually going to be a pretty good ride. I feel like it's going to be really fast, kind of like the Rock and Roller Coaster ride, even though I've never been on it. And I think it's going to be something like that, a nice kind of fast ride. So I actually think it's going to be good. So that's kind of be like, how do you think the ride will be like, which you kind of already answered, so we'll skip that. What do you think the story might be about? Do you think it will be like Guardians of Galaxy story in Disneyland?
I already answered that.
Oh, well, I'll say mine. I think it's going to be fairly similar because I don't think that in Walt Disney World that they're getting the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of terror ride. So I think that it's going to be really similar to Disneyland's. Do you think it'll be better than Disneyland's?
I already answered that.
Well, I think that it kind of...
I answered everything in the first question.
I think that it kind of... I don't know. Because the storyline, I think, might be better portrayed and, like, the theming. But Disneyland's ride is really fun. Like,
no.
Well, you don't like roller coaster, big scary rides. I love Disneyland's ride. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. It's my second favorite one. Actually, it's my first favorite one. Because the Incredicoaster, I haven't been on that yet.
I have. I mean, not
you
really.
haven't!
You
have not been on the Incredicoaster!
I have not, but I have felt like it because I've seen the thing, and it was like virtual reality on the Incredicoaster. Oh my god, and the ending's so cute and scary at the same time. So
okay,
yeah,
I don't watch any of that because I want to have the full experience when I go, whenever that is. But yeah, so now we're gonna move on.
with that selfie though.
So Pepper Potts basically survived the snap.
That was my saying. Pepper Potts survived the snap. What's her name?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
That person who plays Pepper Potts recently released this photo that she took of herself, so a selfie. That this picture basically shows that she's taking a selfie that she doesn't really know how to, and she's in an Iron Man type of suit. So it's like blue though; it's not like yellow and gold, not like Roop's costume. And so it looks like she is ready to go fight Thanos herself, because she probably has lots of rage and stuff because after he killed her, so she wants to go back.
Well, this kind of shows that Thanos didn't kill Pepper.
Or he could.
No, I don't think Pepper died. Just keep reading.
So where was I? Some people believe that her suit is mimicking her being Iron Woman, which I already just said. But since we actually never got to have an Iron Woman in Iron Man, we gotta only see one scene.
And so we might get Iron Woman again and might fully be permanent in this one. I forgot to finish that.
I was like, what?
But okay.
Okay, so the first question is, how do you feel Pepper might be working with the Avengers?
So, I'm just going to explain that question. Just being what are your think about her joining the Avengers? Because she might be joining the Avengers, because that suit that you can see is, full-on Iron Man suit. It's full-on.
Well, I mean, Iron Man has already had a suit, though, for, Spider-Man, so why wouldn't he have a backup suit for
because Pepper hasn't even gotten a suit yet, and it's been forever. And so I think that I'm actually kind of glad that she might be joining the Avengers, because she deserves it.
She has a higher chance of dying then. So.
Not really, but I think that it's a fantastic idea for Pepper Potts to be in the Avengers. I think it kind of makes her not so what a lot of people think, that she's kind of a whiny type of person and kind of not that strong. So I think this kind of makes her a lot more stronger as a feminine.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I feel like it would actually be a really good idea if she is working with the Avengers, because if you think about it, the Avengers have, before they only had one girl, and now they have. They
have Gamora, because the Guardians are part of Avengers. Our policy is, and when we watch the Avengers movie, is that whoever is in the Avengers movie is an Avenger.
Part of the Avengers now. So, Black Panther's an Avenger.
So,
now.
Gamora, Okoye, Shuri. Well, actually, no one knows really Shuri, because she's kind of just a tech person. Scarlet Witch, Black Widow. There's 4.
That's still so little, but it's
an
upgrade. It's an upgrade than 1. So if you think about that, then it would be 5, and that's actually not very bad, because
there's 6 including Captain Marvel. Sorry, I interrupted.
Well, Captain Marvel's not yet there though. She hasn't been a part of the Marvel movies yet.
Okay.
So she's not in 6 1. So basically 5 until 6. But I think it's actually, I forgot what I was going to be saying about that, but I feel like it's actually a really good idea to add another Avenger that's a girl, because honestly, think about it, there's like 100 boys and like 5 girls, I guess, or 6 now.
Yeah, there's not a really good even amount distributed. Oh, we forgot about Mantis. Mantis and Nebula.
Oh, I don't think Nebula counts yet.
No,
Nebula
I
hasn't
think she kind
proven
of
to be
does.
good.
I think she has proven to be good. She did was helping them defeat Thanos.
Well, the whole movie though, she was just standing there in the background, like, I'm gonna watch Spider-Man die. I'm gonna do this.
Because she doesn't know them. She literally just got there, started fighting with them, and they're like, "Okay, you can fight with us," and now she's just there. Like, she doesn't know them yet.
Okay, well, that's my thought of that. So the second question is, do you think it's a good idea for her to still be alive and not be dead by the staff?
I think it kind of is okay. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people might have thought before this picture came out that she was dead and like Iron Man's like even more mad stuff. But I think it's actually kind of nice that she is alive, since there really is only about 3 or 4 women who are still alive in it.
No, less, way less.
No, there's 4. There's Okoye, Shuri is most likely, people are saying. I think the Russo brothers might have confirmed that. I don't know. Shuri, then we have Nebula and Black Widow. So there's 4 people who are actually still alive.
Why is Nebula?
Well, she's a robot too. She's not human. Or like,
well,
she's
human.
A cyborg. So I think that's why she survived.
She's cyborg. Was that the name? I don't know.
No, cyborg's name. But I think it is somewhat of a good idea for her to be alive.
I think it's actually an amazing idea for her to be alive. But if she didn't be a part of the Avengers, she's most likely going to be dying, because I don't really know her very well. I mean, I fell asleep through most of the Iron Man movies, but
hater.
No, it's not my fault. It's just my body's like, this is getting boring. It's just all about Tony Stark.
Hater.
Where's the Iron Man? And then when I fall asleep, Iron Man comes in right after.
Hater.
But what was I saying?
You're thinking that's a fantastic idea for her to be alive.
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay, next question.
Do you think she will die in Avengers 4? And again, I answer this first. Yes, because I literally said that. Number 1, when we were answering the number 1 question, I was saying that she's gonna die, because if she's in the Avengers, she's most likely gonna die. I don't really know enough about her, as I said in the second one, because this is a rat. and in the second one, in the second question, I was like,
I don't remember. Because you're talking so fast. Okay, so I think that
she will die.
She won't.
I remember. Shut up. I remember because, and then when I said in the second one, she will die because she's an Avenger now. Avenger. I'm putting my thumbs up like a...
You're not thumbs, your fingers. Okay, continue.
I forgot now.
Okay, so I think that she will not die in Avengers 4 because they introduced that scene between Tony and her, kind of saying that, like Tony was saying that, I had a dream that we had a kid and it was so real, and she was like, do you want one, or something like that. And I think that that's going to be like the next step for Pepper and Tony. So I don't think that she's going to die. Even though a lot of people think Iron Man's going to die, it's just would kind of be a bit cruel for Marvel to do that. I think that they're going to keep...
Marvel's been too nice.
I think that they're going to keep Iron Man for just a little while longer. I wish. Okay, moving on. Oops.
Wait, I didn't fully answer the question.
Well, you didn't. You
couldn't remember, but now I remember.
So, what?
So, when I was saying in the second question, can you go?
Do you not remember the question?
When I was saying in the second question, I was saying that I don't think it's actually a very good idea for her to be alive because she's most likely gonna die because
You're
she's
talking
an Avenger
really
now.
fast.
I don't care. This is a rant. I already said that. You're gonna make me die yelling at you. And I think that she will die. And there's many reasons why I can. Why don't I just have a whole video on this?
Okay, you can make a whole video for yourself. We're moving
and you guys
on.
won't understand me. I'll go, wow.
We're moving on to what a lot of people are here for.
John Boyega.
Okay, so
Boyega?
John Boyega basically spoiled Star Wars Episode 9.
I'm trying to read it.
I'll read it. A latest tweet from John Boyega just a couple of days ago came out. It was a tweet where he was replying to his friend's tweet, which I don't think actually is his friend. I think it was a fan's tweet. And he accidentally kind of spoiled Episode 9. So the tweet reads, "Hopefully my man at John Boyega will truly shine in Episode 9, and the Finn character will be shown as the badass hero I've been waiting for him to be since Episode 7, and hopefully he'll wield a saber again." And this was kind of like who he's trying to. And then John Boyega replies to him, "We've got you in on this one, bro. Trust me." And he's like, "My man, can't wait." So now many people might not think that this is really a spoiler to Episode 9, but we think it is if you look really closely. I personally think that it's spoiling that Finn might wield a lightsaber again and be one of the main heroes instead of just Rey in this movie. So how would you feel if Finn became some type of Jedi or wielding a lightsaber?
No, he should not because he's the person who's Poe's best friend, and he's supposed to be those two people that puts down all the weird like robot things that fly in the air and go, and then they're like they have like those lines.
The X-wing. The TIE fighter?
Yeah, the TIE fighters. They like blow up the TIE fighters and
You're talking about in Force Awakens?
No! Talking about in what Poe did. And he's the best friend of Poe. And so they deserve to both flying in a ship and go, woo! All the time.
Oh, you do not make sense. That does not answer the question. You think you think that Finn should not wield a lightsaber, should not become some sort of Jedi. Because he wants to be with Finn. Poe. So, Poe. You want him to be with Poe.
Yep. Best friends for life.
Okay. I actually think I think that this is actually a good idea. I think that Finn should wield a lightsaber. I think that he deserves to be a hero in this movie. He's already was the first one in Episode 7 to wield a lightsaber. The first one. We got that one scene where he was in Maz's castle and he turned on the lightsaber. That was the first scene that we have seen a lightsaber in since the prequels. So that was kind of a big deal. And then in Episode 8, he doesn't even wield a lightsaber, doesn't even do anything about it. And I guess it goes with the storyline, but he kind of knows how to wield it already because he already has wielded it before. So I think that I would be okay with Finn becoming some sort of Jedi. I really think he should. So do you think Finn will have a big role in this movie?
Well, since there's a whole news topic about it, I'm guessing yeah. Well, honestly, I feel like that Finn is gonna have a really big role in this movie. Not as just whatever, is it Rosie or is it Rose?
Rose?
Whatever her name is.
Rose? I think it is. Wait, what's her name?
Okay, well that girl that was sorry, hold It was
yeah,
Rose.
it's Rose.
So in Rose, what? That's weird. So I feel like Finn will have a big role, not as just being Poe's best friend or Rose
Love interest.
love interest, not sidekick. I feel like he deserves to have a big role in this movie, and I feel like he is going to receive it, and that he will probably not be like after Ray. He won't be after Rose. He won't be after being best friends with Poe. He'll be himself, and I feel like that's a really good part in this that he's gonna have in this movie, because I feel like now we're gonna start seeing more Finn instead of like him being with someone else. I feel like he's gonna find himself.
So in my opinion, I think in episode 8, Finn really was not a big hero type of role in that movie. Like, he was doing the mission with Rose, but it wasn't that big as like Rey's role. And I think Finn deserves to have a big role just like Rey. I think that he deserves to be a hero, and so I think that Star Wars is planning to have him be a hero in episode 9.
Definitely.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to the Avengers 4 update. So an update on Avengers 4. If you guys know, we already did the Disney news, our first one, which we talked about Avengers 4 and what we thought. But we are going to discuss this. So we have finally gotten an interview from the Russo brothers on Avengers 4. So this interview was a bit weird because it was on Instagram. They talked about many things that will happen in Avengers 4 and a lot of other things as well too. And they even almost released a title. They were like, the title is, and then like the interview cut off. So again, it was almost released. But these are a few things that we will know that will happen in Avengers 4, or something that kind of deals with Avengers 4. So this movie will be about 3 hours long. That is a long time to be in a theater, but that will go by fast. I wouldn't care as long as I get
like 6 hours?
Yeah, I wouldn't even care if it's like a whole day. 24-hour movie, that would be awesome.
24 hours in a theater watching the same movie.
I would like that. Okay, and the stakes for this movie will be 100%, which means that this movie is really big. There's anything can happen
like
in this
100%
movie.
on Rotten Tomatoes?
No, like 100%, like anything can happen in this movie. That you're gonna expect a lot. Yeah, that it's big. This is just big. And that we may get the trailer next month. We don't know. They were like, it might be next month or next year. Which is gonna be horrible.
Next month or next year?
I will do next month. So what are your thoughts about Avengers 4 and kind of the new information that we got?
Well, I've never seen this Instagram trailer or whatever.
The interview?
Yeah, interview. So I don't really know enough about it, but I'm very excited. I can't really say anything about Avengers 4 that I really know, because nothing's really changed for my mind.
Yeah, that's like same with me, except I do know Cap's gonna die.
Yeah, Cap's
someone's gonna replace.
Cap's like kind of confirmed, because like Chris Evans like said.
Yeah, like he kind of spoiled it for us. Like that was kind of a bit bad.
And like all the Captain America fans are gonna be like all down.
Yeah,
we already like discussed this though.
We don't even know if Iron Man's gonna die, because he's saying he wants to do an Iron Man 4, which means he might kind of make his contract long. But a lot of people on Instagram, since I own a Marvel account, a lot of people are like, Captain America and Iron Man are both gonna die. And I'm kind of like, okay, I agree about Cap, but I don't know about Iron Man. I don't think he's gonna die. I think he's still a big part of Marvel, just not to die.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you can watch our other Disney news. We talk so much about Avengers 4, because we don't want to repeat ourselves on here, but you can go and watch that. So what date do you think the trailer might be released for this movie? I'm going to bring up the calendar. We're going to make bets to see which day do you think. So do you think, first of all, it's going to be this year or in January next year?
Okay. Maybe next year.
You think it's going to be next year?
But I feel like I have mixed emotions about it because I feel like it could honestly be in December. But
so what date do you think in January then?
Can I do as well in December?
Yeah, you can do both.
Alright, so in December I feel like it's gonna be. So hold on. Let me think.
We got the calendar up here, so.
So we're gonna make a bet. So hold on, what's a bet first of all?
Okay, so a penny. We'll do a penny.
We always do that. Okay. When did the Marvel Avengers
Infinity War?
Yeah.
It came out in November.
When did the original Avengers movie come out?
I don't remember.
It was hold on, let me get my phone out.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna make my bet.
Yeah, you go.
I think the trailer's gonna get released on December 21st. Right before the holidays, right before the New Year's, and if it's in January, I think it's gonna get released January 3rd. Those are my bets. I think it's gonna be really close either before the holidays or after the holidays.
Hold on.
So Sony's going to search that up. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Avengers 4, about it being 100% for the stakes. This technically means that anything can happen in this movie, that it can go either way for us. Like, it can go really bad or it can go really good. We do know a lot of people dying, but we don't really know who else might be dying. A lot of people aren't even saying if, like, the other original Avengers are going to die. They're like, it's either Captain America, maybe Thor, or Iron Man.
I'm ready.
Okay, so.
So go back.
That's the movie date.
You know.
We're not saying movie date.
I know.
Because the movie is getting released on May 3rd.
I know.
Okay.
I either think it will be on December. Hold on.
She's doing her math.
I feel like it's gonna be on December 26th.
December 26th. Okay. So right after Christmas on Boxing
like
Day.
your holiday gift. Or I think it's gonna be on January 4th.
January 4th. So that Friday.
Mhm. And the reason why I say January 4th is because that May 4th was the day that original Avengers came out. So I feel like it might be tied to that because.
Okay, so we made our bets. But as I was saying for Avengers 4, I was talking about the stakes are really high. It can go either way for this movie. Like, we can just have Hawkeye die, or Hulk die, or even the new ones. What about Black Panther? What happened if he died?
Oh, everyone would be so mad.
Yeah, but the stakes are really high, which means this can go either way, and they're really secretive on this film. Very secretive about this film.
Definitely.
But yeah, so it can either go either way, and it being 3 hours long is good because I think they need 3 hours to explain everything, to kind of give a goodbye to some of the characters and just...
And a hello to Loki.
Okay, so that kind of brings us to our next topic, is Loki still alive?
Oh my god, I didn't even know that was the next question.
So I know what all of you are thinking, how can Loki be alive? But let me tell you, he is. This was a post made by Tom Hiddleston himself saying, Loki, more stories to tell, more mischief to make, more to come.
Okay, yay!
So this photo is basically saying that Loki isn't dead. He has more to tell. He has more things out there.
He's more to life.
But we aren't for sure that he is still alive because this is kind of teasing him. And even Mark Ruffalo was like, that's pretty low key. Kind of being like, oh, you're kind of like making it out like that, I guess.
No, he's saying like it's kind of like tucked under.
Yeah, like you're kind of tucking it under. So do you think this is a good idea for Loki to still be alive in the Avengers 4?
Duh, of course. Loki needs to be alive. Loki is amazing, and he deserves to be alive. And he's just just amazing. Loki deserves to be alive. Honestly, I'm keep repeating the same thing, but I have so much emotions about that. I watched so many theory videos about is Loki alive? Because I want Loki to be alive. Because I feel like what did he say? He
said, the sun will shine on us again.
So I feel like that will mean that they're either both of them will die in peace, or both of them will die, or both of them will come back to life, still be alive.
Yeah. So I think it is a good idea for Loki to be alive because that goodbye wasn't really a goodbye. He was kind of
he was like, we're gonna continue this.
Yeah, and
we don't know which way it could go, though.
It was really unexpected, especially for Thor 2, and it was kind of really shocking since it was Loki's died, and a lot of fans love Loki. So many fangirls.
It's a thing with the Tom.
Loki.
It's a thing with the Toms.
It's the Toms. I don't know what about the Toms.
The THs.
Oh my god. Okay, so how do you think he'll be brought back to life?
Honestly, I have no theories about this.
I have one theory.
Honestly, I feel like maybe it will be oh, I have a really good theory. So, Guardians are, going back and, or, Nebula and what's left of the Guardians, just go back in their ship and they're flying, and then they see Loki, and Loki just comes back onto their screen door, and then, Thor comes into the thing and says, "Who's that?" And then he grabs his hammer, or whatever it's called, and goes, and gets electricity, and goes, and then shocks him to life.
Well, first of all, his body's gone. And, I actually don't know how Loki would still be alive. Because he was never put into the Soul Stone. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that you said that, I was going to say that he's going to come out with a Soul Stone. But now that I think about it, he was choked. He was choked by the gauntlet, and Thanos didn't have the Soul Stone.
What if he's still alive, and what if it wasn't that?
Okay, a lot of people say that theory that that he's actually Hulk, but I think that was a trick, that was an illusion, because he's getting really good at his illusions, and I think he wanted Thanos to make it seem like he was actually dead.
But how could he hold on to him if it was an illusion?
Well, like I said, he's getting pretty good at his illusion. I think that either was some other as Guardian person or something, but I think that he escaped with Valkyrie. Because Valkyrie was supposed to be in Avengers Infinity War.
What if she was?
What if she was in Avengers 4, Avengers Infinity War, and what if she's gonna come back in Avengers 4? And she kind of saved Loki and them. Because there was a time when Hulk was fighting Thanos, we didn't see where Loki was. He wasn't even there. Because the camera moved to them fighting, and the Black Order was watching Thanos and Hulk fighting, and we didn't see where Loki was. So maybe at that time, Loki could have switched with another person, another Asgardian who was alive.
Or would have, died, and, Loki, do you love it? It was are you okay? And then, he was like, I'll switch with your places. Something like that.
Yeah, or he made an illusion.
But how could he make an illusion? A force field around his neck so he could still grab it, but then, make it a force field
to make it look like that he actually died, but he didn't. I think, even though it kind of sounds a bit weird, and it's Loki actually might be dead, we kind of have to think about how he would still be alive, because this post was made by Tom himself, and it shows that Loki still might be alive in all of this. Okay, moving on to the next question. How do you think him meeting the Avengers would be like if he's still alive? How do you think the interaction would be? Because he hasn't seen them since the first Avengers.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, he hasn't seen them. He's seen Hulk, and that's it. He hasn't seen the Avengers since.
He's seen Thor, obviously.
He hasn't seen the Avengers since the first Avengers movie. So how do you think it would be like, because it would
Honestly,
kind of be like their first villain coming in the ending.
I feel like I don't know, I'm having so many like bursts of theories that I want to just rant on.
Go explain.
One, here's the interaction with Hawkeye. This was the first one that came into my mind. I feel like that would be so awkward, and I feel like there's this like tension in between them that I don't really know very well, but I feel like it would be so awkward.
With Hawkeye?
Yeah. I don't know why. I just feel like Hawkeye's already been through so much, and like seeing the first enemy that he's ever fought, I feel like that would be really crazy.
Really? You think that it would be like? I think it would be Iron Man. That would kind of be.
No,
I think.
Keep listening. I'm gonna go through each Avenger,
Okay.
the originals.
Okay.
And then so Captain America. I feel like Captain America's not really gonna care because Captain America doesn't care about life anymore. Honestly, I feel like that's what's turning into him. So that's what I really think. I don't think he's really gonna care. I feel like he's gonna be like, "Oh, hey Loki, what's up? You still alive?"
He's still alive all the time.
But I feel like maybe Black Widow will kind of be okay with Loki being still alive because Hulk will talk to her. And then I think Tony Stark is gonna go crazy.
That's my theory too. I think he's gonna be mad.
Yeah, I think he'll be like, "What the heck is he doing here?" And then I feel like he's gonna be like mad at him at first for like the first 20 minutes of the movie if he's still alive, and then Thor's gonna be like, "Are you okay? He's good," and then he's gonna come around.
So you think Thor's gonna be like changing his mind? I think it'd be Cap.
Yeah,
I feel like. Well, also it's kind of Avengers.
That's what I was saying though. I was thinking that maybe Cap would do it too.
But listen to this: they haven't seen each other, Cap and Iron Man, in a long time, so it also could be awkward. But I think it might be also Black Widow maybe could kind of like calm Tony down. But I agree. I just think with Tony, he's gonna be really mad. The rest of the Avengers are gonna be chill.
Would help him, though.
Yeah, I think the rest of the Avengers will be okay. They kind of will be like a bit annoyed, but Tony I think will be mad because ever since Loki's attack, he's had all these dreams and he's been like crazy.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. And I think that Black Widow might have to be like, well, he's kind of good. Or not Mark. I keep saying Mark. I meant Banner. I just say his actor's name. Banner might be saying something because he is kind of close with Tony and he kind of knows that Loki's good since he fought with him. But that's what I think.
I'm just looking at this photos from an old movie, and they just
it's from
Avengers 4 on it.
This is from Thor Ragnarok, his photo.
Yeah, I know, I can see. And then they just snapped Avengers 4 on it.
And I think that's Hulk in the background. And they just snapped Avengers.
It kind of looks like
Hulk, it kind of looks like Hulk in the background.
But like, it looks like that guy that like guy from what's his name? Incredibles. That like hair.
Oh, the syndrome? Yeah. Syndrome? Yeah, it kind of does. But yeah, I think Loki, I think he is still alive. I think that's great that he is going to be alive since of that post about that Tom Hiddleston made. If any of you guys watching have any questions, please feel free to comment them down below because right now it is the Q&A time. So if you have any questions for us on any of the topics, please comment them down below. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, other than that, we can, I guess, wait a few seconds for the live to kind of catch up. I'm just going to check it real quick. Yeah, so if you guys want any Q&As, go ahead. But yeah, so I think that we are most likely going to end this live unless any of you guys have any questions, or for just tuning in, you can feel free to rewatch the live over again because it's the Q&A time already. So I guess thanks for all of you guys for watching this month's Disney News. We will be doing another Disney News next month, which will be a Christmas edition. But yeah, so thanks for watching this Disney News. Please like this live and subscribe to our channel and follow all of our social medias, which is right here, and support us on Patreon and email us for any business purposes that you would want. And Yeah, and don't forget to have a magical day.